Hey everyone, I'm Brenton and welcome to Brenton's Question of the Week. Questions that collectors think about but don't always ask. Last week's question is negative criticism toxic to a collecting community? Here are some responses from the community. Nathan Chafman said, it can definitely be toxic, which can sometimes be refreshing if not too common, but it is usually not very helpful. Understanding that one's opinion is sometimes not wanted or how to appropriately give it can be an art. Sometimes it's best to just keep your mouth shut unless you have something relevant or constructive to add. Companies and people alike generally appreciate feedback, but it should ideally be presented in a useful, appropriate way. Otherwise, you've likely just wasted your own time and maybe that of others. Just follow this generic rule. Be kind to one another. Joseph R. said, Hey Brenton, I think any constructive criticism towards a company is fair game. In my profession, I am always looking for that, so that I can continue to grow and not stay stagnant. What I think is toxic is when someone who just received a piece is excited about it and share it and people say, face sculpt is trash, glad I didn't PO. It's not really productive or helps progress the hobby in any way, in my opinion. Knight said, I think it's getting out of hand. People find flaws in every piece. It's art. Someone made that piece. It's up to you to like or don't like. Pay what they are asking for or don't. Not crucify them for it. If you can do better, then you put out a piece. Thank you all for the great responses. And this week, I've been thinking about, as collectors, are we focused a little too much on anatomy, especially critical of female anatomy? So I had seen some discussions, for maybe the last couple months, especially about a certain piece that has female anatomy. And it seems like, maybe we're a little too harsh on that about how they decide to depict a female as a statue. And, there's plenty of statues out there that probably over exaggerate the body to a degree. And, as a superhero, I don't think that should be the main focus of kind of how the body parts look, particular body parts. And I think we get a little too focused on that, and it comes off as kind of a, maybe a bad look for males in the hobby. Because, should we be focused that much on that or just appreciate the character as a whole? If you're talking about costume or, portrait, that's different. But when you start really analyzing specific anatomy on the female body, it seems like there's a fine line there, and we should be really careful as collectors on how we go about addressing that. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to answer in the comments and come back next week to hear what other collectors had to say and for another hard-hitting question.